in. Yes. All right. All right. Let's sit up nice and straight in our seats. We want to begin to allow ourselves to just get comfy. Allow your back body to stack vertebrae on top of vertebrae. Sit up nice and tall in your seat. Relax the shoulders. Relax the tongue in your mouth so that it's loose. Let the weight fall down your legs into your ankles. And just see if you can just do a quick little check-in with yourself. You want to start to just process. Start to just process the way your body is accepting the breath. And close your eyes if you like. If you would like to keep your eyes open, just fixate your gaze in front of you. Nothing to do and nowhere to go. Start to just bring your attention to your body. Notice the way your feet feel. And allow that ability to just scan your body quickly from your feet to your head to just be part of this moment. Just so you can kind of gauge how you're feeling physically. Then you can start to move into maybe your emotions and notice how you're feeling just in general. Like, what are your feelings like? Where's your gauge at? And notice your thoughts. Maybe scan your mind for a moment and just notice where your thoughts are heading to. This is pretty wise because throughout the practice, your mind might drift away from the poses, or you might just kind of forget that you're even here doing yoga. Your mind might go somewhere else, right? So you want to just notice where your thoughts are heading naturally, and then try to just come back to this moment where you're like, I'm here for class, I'm present. So you can put the full you inside of class. And with your thoughts and your emotions and body all scanned, you can start to open the eyes. We're going to start out by taking the chin and bringing it into the chest. Roll your right ear over to your right shoulder and just sit there for a moment. And allow the breath to come in through the nose. On the exhale, release. Inhale, breath through the nose. Exhale, release. Chin back down to the center chest. You're going to bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Just pause for a moment. Relax the shoulders. Exhaling and releasing. Inhaling and allowing the breath to massage the neck. Then take the chin back to the center chest. We're going to take the gaze up now. Look up, take the arms up, lift the arms up high overhead, roll the shoulders away from the ears. And we're coming into our first mountain pose. And then exhale, bring the chin to the chest. And as you bring the chin to the chest, bring the arms down by the side, exhaling and releasing. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale, lift up, gaze is up, smile. And exhale. Bring the hands down by the side. Inhale, arms rise up. Gaze is up. And then exhale. Bring the hands down by the side. And do the last one on your own. Inhale, breathe in, lift up. And then find your breath as you exhale. Nothing to do but match the breath with the movement. Bring the hands to the tops of the thighs. And we're going to do a few cat cows. So take the gaze up, lift up, chin up to the sky, back bend slightly, lifting the heart up through the chest. And then when you're ready, exhale, tuck in, tuck the chest in, and let the back protrude out. Inhale, then we're going to reverse, come forward. So now we're coming into our cow pose, lifting the head up, chin up high, right where we started, back bending slightly. And then on the next exhale, we're going to tuck into cat pose, chin to the chest, belly tucks in. And then we come back up. Beautiful. Do about 4 more cat cows. So continue to go for it. Match the breath with the movement and just make it your own for the next few moments. Breathing in and breathing out. Really allow the breath to just take hold of the movement. Don't try to force yourself into any kind of position. Just allow for the breath to move. Use your muscles in your belly to help you gauge in and out. And really, when you lift up that chest, let your heart shine bright. So your heart goes up to the ceiling. And breathe. And then come back to center. Beautiful. Let's go for the first flow of class. So since we've been kind of opening up our upper body, arms rise, reach up, lift up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, coming down slowly, matching that breath with the movement. We've been kind of doing the breath with the movement now since we started class. Breathing in and breathing out. Let your belly rest on your thighs, chin to the chest. Inhale, half lift, flat back, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, reaching up, lifting up overhead. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Inhale, arms rise, reach up. Let's go through another sequence of the flow. Come down, belly to the thighs, make it your own. And then start to make it one breath, one movement. Half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, back up into that mountain pose. And you can bring your hands down through heart center by your side. Let's do 2 more. Maybe close your eyes and allow for your breath to take over. And you breathe in and out. You know the motions. Trust yourself. I'm demoing, but you can trust yourself. Last one. Take your time. We'll wait for you. There you go. Sometimes when we don't trust ourselves, we let fear get in the way. of what we're doing. And that's when we kind of get hurt, right? That's when we kind of don't get the most out of each pose, when we start to doubt ourselves. So try to believe in what you're doing and know that you have the demo here and with me. But sometimes when you close your eyes, it just takes you to another place inside your practice. That's important. Okay. So we're going to keep our hands pressed together, prayer position, and we're going to start to just tilt in those hands, okay? So that those hands are starting to come towards the heart. Beautiful. Breathing in and breathing out. Just pause. You don't have to do anything else. Feel the embrace. So your fingertips are pressing towards the chest. And then on the exhale, we're going to tilt those hands down. And it's going to look more like this. And what this is doing is just starting to loosen up the wrist. Inhale, breathe in. Match the breath with the movement. Bring those fingertips back to the heart. And then exhale. And down you go. And you can just bring the hands down and shake it out. Going left and right. Shake it out. Beautiful. All right. Good job. Good job. All right. Take the arms out in front of us. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Take the right fingertips, wiggle them. Sky flip the hand. Then take the left and place it underneath, and then pull back as you come in to do hand yoga. Breathe in and breathe out. When you're ready, start to take each fingertip, breathing in and out as you rotate. And then allow for the full hand to go back. And then rotate it down. And inhale, arms lift, roll the shoulders back away from the ears. Take the left hand, sky flip it. Take the right hand, place it underneath, and pull back. And then when you're ready, start to rotate each fingertip, breathing in and breathing out. And pull back on the full hand. And then rotate it down. Awesome. Good job. Good job. All right, take the shoulders, lift them up towards the ears, and then roll them back. And keep the hands loose. Now that we just did the hands, they're really hypersensitive. So just keep them kind of loose. Let only the shoulders lift up towards the ears. And then we're going to reverse the opposite direction. So we're kind of dropping the chest forward. Good job. Good job. Awesome. All right, arms come out by the sides. All righty, good job. Take the hands, sky flip the palms, lift the hands up over the head. Take the hands, press them together, and then interlace the fingers. Roll the shoulders back, lift up, and lift up your chest. Really allow for your belly to pull away into the chest. And then we're going to lean to our right. We're going to pivot open and look up. Back into center, lean to the left, and then pivot up. All right, come back to center. Take the hands, take them into a prayer position. Yep, unwind them, and then bring the hands down to heart center. Okay, roll the shoulders back away from the ears. Take both legs, bring them together. Okay, sit up nice and tall. And then we're going to pivot over towards the right. Come back to center. Pivot over towards the left. Come back to center. We're going to pivot over towards the right. And we're going to bring our elbow down to either our right thigh or our left. If we can hook it over, great. And if you can't, don't worry about it. And then take the gaze up and look up towards the right. so that you're kind of looking above your elbow on the right side. You don't want your head down on the ground. You want it to be looking to the ceiling. Now, you don't want to bring that elbow in the middle because that's going to open up your legs, okay? So we want to pick a leg, be intentional. Inhale, come up, squeezing the core, come back up, continue looking over to the right side, and then drop the hands to the outside of the right thigh. So the left arm is crossed over, which it's already kind of comfortable with being crossed over, or at least on the outside of the right thigh. It's not such a hard pull for that. Take your right hand and let it guide you as you find a position for yourself and look over that shoulder. Nothing to do and nowhere to go, but to just be here. And when you're ready, you can loosen that right arm. It doesn't have to be anything more than a guide. You don't have to put any extra strain on it. And just try to keep the gaze so that you're looking over your right shoulder. And we're just going to hold this for a moment. And the reason for that is that in a spinal twist, when we breathe, that provides us with almost like a massage on our spine. And then at the same time, those little movements in and out are like wringing the spine of toxins. The more we sit and hold the pose and breathe in and breathe out and let the breath work for us, the better we get from the pose, the more we get from it, I should say. You don't have to be completely moving every time to get benefit out of something. Let the breath move for you. Say we'll hold it for another 3 breath cycles. If you're holding your breath, just remember to breathe. Remind yourself to breathe. All right, we're going to take our hands, extend them out. We're still looking over the right side. All right, good job. You're going to take your left arm, lay it on top of your legs, and then just take your right hand up and breathe. Come back. And then we're going to twist around and come back to center, facing forward. So facing me once again. And then bring the hands down by the side. Good job. So toe heel the feet back into hips width apart. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to go through that full sequence. Let's do a flow and then we'll go to the other side. So arms rise, reach up, overhead, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms lift, overhead, interlace those fingers, press the palms up towards the ceiling. We're going to lean to the left this time to start and look up. Come back to center. Lean to the right and look up. Come back to center. So heel the feet together, palms press down together, hands come into heart. Beautiful. So we're going to take that right elbow this time and we're going to twist over towards the left. So right elbow comes down the center. Come back into center and then we'll twist to the left. Come back to center. Twist again. All right. So we're all back on the left side. Right elbow is going to come down and find a home for it, either the right thigh or the left thigh. All right. So right elbow should be trying to get over to the left side, right? But if you can't, just pick a leg, be intentional, okay? Take the gaze up and look up to the left. You should be like having your head towards, like looking towards the ceiling. And breathe, use your breath. Notice the way the details in your back feel and in your chest. Notice how your hands feel. Is there anything that you can do to get yourself into this position in a more secure or strong way? Can you squeeze your core a little bit? Can you press your feet into the ground? What can you do to really take advantage of this position? On your next inhale, come up, squeeze the core, continue looking over towards the left side, and then drop the hands to the outside of the left leg. All right. And we're going to take that left hand behind us now as a guide. So left hand is behind us, finding a home. It's just guiding us into the pose. You know, you can go as far as you like. And then when you're ready, you can loosen that hand. The chin is looking over the shoulder. And we're just going to hold the pose just like we did on the other side. All we're doing is using our breath. Our vision should be kind of over that shoulder, but we're using our breath first and foremost. And breathe. Right? We're going to bring our hands up and extend them out. Take your right arm, forearm, lay it down on top of the legs and take the left hand up and look up. Come back to center, arms extend out. Coming around, rotating belly back to the front so that you're facing me once again. And then bring the hands down by the side and toe heel the feet apart. Good job. Let's go through a flow. Arms rise, up we go. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands come to the thighs. And then we're going to open up the legs. All right. And we're going to start to do some poses now that are going to stretch out the inner thighs. So we want to sit up still nice and tall in our seat. And just as we get ourselves started, we're going to start to bring our chest forward and then pull back. Forward we go. Then pull back. Inhaling and exhaling as we breathe. And every time you go down, you should be able to feel a nice little stretch. Okay, beautiful. All right, we're going to start out by taking our hands, and we're going to take both hands and come down the inside of the thigh so that the elbows are placed on the inside. Fingertips wrap around the ankle, chin to the chest. And we're going to take our weight and we're going to shift our weight over to the right. Take the left hand, lift it up. And then we're going to take that hand and bring it back down. Left hand comes back to the inside of the thigh. Fingertips wrap around the ankle. We're going to shift our weight over into the left leg. Then take our right arm and come up. Gaze is up. Try to keep your sits bone down on the ground. And exhale, bring the hand down. Again, it's going to be on the inside of the ankles. You can take the chin to the chest and just let your head hang. Or if it's in your practice, you can bring your hands down to the floor and let your head shake yes or no. All right, slowly we start to come back up. Not toe heel. Take your fingertips, palm press and thumb as you come up, inch by inch, until you come to your thighs and then you come back. All right, bring your feet to hips width apart. Good job. Let's go through a flow. So arms rise, reach up, lift up, overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, hands come down by the side. Good job, and shake it out. Yeah, good job. Good job. All right, we're going to open up the thigh. So to start out with the right, we're going to open up the knee so that it's facing the right side. The left leg is forward. Okay, beautiful. We're going to take our left forearm down to our thigh. We're going to start off by just lifting up our right hand, stretching the rib cage, stretching your side. Breathe in and breathe out. And if you like to come down all the way with your arm, you can for like a flyaway where you take your left fingertips and wrap it around the ankle, elbow on the inside. You could do that, or you can just keep your hand, your forearm on top of the thigh. So you can come down or you can come to the top. Okay, come back to center. Beautiful. Bring your right foot in to meet your left, and then we're going to bring the left over. All right, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So again, you can start out with just bringing your right forearm onto the top of the thigh and take the left hand and lift it up. Or if you want to go into a more of an advanced position, you can come down, elbow stays on the inside of the leg, and you wrap your fingertips around the ankle. Just like we do when we're in that forward fold position when we're stretching out our inner thighs. It's the same thing. You're just gripping your ankle with your fingertips. You're trying to keep your sits bone grounded into the seat while you do this. And really allow your breath to be big. Big belly breaths. Allow them to go down through the chest. And on the exhale, release. All right, come back up to a pivot rack around. Take both feet. Bring them back together. Inhale, arms rise. Reach up, lift up, overhead. Exhale, forward fold, and just stay here for a second. All right, we're not going nowhere. Chin to the chest. Take another breath. Feel your belly press against your thighs. And then exhale and let go. All right, half lift, flat back. Now, while you're in this half lift flat back, we're going to come into a chair pose, but we're going to do that modified chair pose because we're going to stay in our chair. We're going to lift our arms up in front of us, roll our shoulders back away from the ears, squeeze the core, lift up through the heart. Allow your strength to come from that belly. And then on the exhale, let go and come back down to that forward fold. All right, let's try that again. Half lift, flat back. Bring those arms behind you to start. When you're ready, press your feet into the ground and bring your arms in front of you again. Squeezing the core, roll the shoulders away from the ears. Yes, this one is a pose we may not like, but it's going to make us strong in our bodies. And then on the exhale, let go. Come down, take the rest. Really good to take the rest, right? All right, last one, half lift, flat back, squeeze that core. Now it's making the half lift seem really simple, right? Then bring the arms up overhead. There you go. Roll those shoulders away from the ears. Sit up a little bit taller. Lift up out of that pelvic bowl. Really move that belly around a little bit. And on the exhale, forward fold. Last one. Good job. Good job. All right, take your hand. You can place it on the inside again of the leg. And then this is going to be our right, our left fingertips are going to come down. So our elbows on the inside. Again, we're going to do a nice stretch. So we stretched out in all different ways, right? Now you feel it's like a little different. Come down, bring the belly back down to the thighs, forward fold. Then we're going to take the right hand, bring it in, wrap it around the ankle, elbows on the inside. We're in this in our base position, so our legs aren't spread apart or anything. They're not together. They're in base. They're hips width apart. And you can see how each part just changes in the body. Bring the body back down, forward fold, press the chin to the chest, and breathe. Inhale, arms rise, reach up, lift up, overhead. Beautiful. Exhale, bring the hands to the chair. Awesome. So I think we did some good stuff with the shoulders. We're going to start to work on the lower body, and then we're going to come and do some standing poses. Okay. So let's start out by kicking our right foot forward in front of us, and then just bringing the ankle down to the ground. And all we're going to do is start to lean forward, bring our hands to the top of our thigh. Make sure that your knee on the right side is soft. You don't have to go very far, okay? And I just want to show you how, like, you don't have to go far at all, okay? Just this little tiny micro movement forward could be enough to really activate the hamstrings, to, be enough for you to feel. You have to judge it. Nothing beyond a moderate stretch. But if you do want to go further, you can. All right, bring that right foot back. Let's take the left foot, kick it out in front of us, and then lay it down, heel on the ground, soften that knee. All right, again, to bringing our hands over towards the right thigh this time. Just lean forward and breathe. All right, back we go. All right, bring both feet back to hips width apart. Let's hold on to that chair again. Kick out the right foot. This time we're going to take our left and cross it over. All right, softening those knees, keeping the heels on the ground, and then loosening the ankles. Then lean forward and drop the hands down. Just really let the hands dangle. Slowly come up, lifting up the chest and the body. Bring the hands back onto the chair and then unwind the legs. And just sit up for a moment. Allow the breath to come in through the full body. And we're going to take our left foot this time, kick it out, and then take our right and cross it over. All right. Sit up nice and tall, soften those knees, and then lean forward. We're doing the other side. You want to drop your arms down by the side instead of hold on to the chair, you can. You can loosen those ankles. Just keep the heel on the ground. This is our seated extended leg forward fold. It's really good for the hamstrings. You could do it any time of the day. Slowly lift up. Belly, chest, and then head. Bring both feet back. Hips width apart. All right, we're going to go through a flow. But what we're going to do is when we finish that flow, we come into mountain, we're going to come to standing, okay? So however you come into standing pose, you can come, all right? If you want to take it slow, you can take it slow. If you want to go fast, you can take it fast, okay? Arms rise, reach up, lift up, overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come into mountain pose, but this time you're coming up out of that seat, coming into standing, stretching out nice and far, maybe even doing a little extra stretch to the left and the right, and then bring the hands down by the side. Awesome, awesome. Okay, beautiful. I'm going to just adjust this just a little bit. Okay. Awesome. All right, so we have our chair here. What we want to do is you can either stand behind it, all right, or you can stand to the side of it. We're going to start off with the left leg. So you're going to be holding on to the chair with the right hand in the least. Or if you're standing behind the chair, it looks more like this. So both hands are on it. All right, I'm going to stand here with one hand so you can see me. Otherwise, you'll lose me because my feet will be under behind the chair. All right, so soften the knees, bounce up and down. Beautiful. Awesome. Take that left foot, kick it up, exhale, and just swoop it down in front of the right, just like you're kicking a soccer ball. Just get a sense of how your glutes feel, get a sense of how your knees feel, your balance. If you're off balance, just know to take it a little easier today. All right, let's go over to the other side. You want to do about 3 on each side, like you're kind of waking up the leg. Right leg kicks out. And just kind of bringing that down in front of you. Squeeze that core, squeeze those glutes. That IT band will activate. All right. Soften the knee. Always keep the knee soft until you get to that place where you feel like, okay, I can kind of tighten up a little bit, pressing up into my hips. Right. All right. So I'm going to come behind my chair now so you can see me. Okay. See everybody's behind our chair. Good. Let's take our toes, press into the ground, lift up our heels, and slowly lower the heels down to the mat. Let's do that one more time. Okay. Those balls that are on the bottom of your feet that you feel when you do that, they connect to help you with your balance. Okay. So you want to try to keep the sole of your foot flat on the ground as much as possible. Even when we go to do a 45-degree angle, what we try to do is press it into the outer rim of the foot, but still keep the full foot on the ground. Okay. So let's start off with mountain pose. So take your right hand, lift it up. Left hand is still on the chair. So right hand comes up. Mountain pose. If you want to soften the knees, back bend slightly, you can. If you want to bring both hands into the practice, you can do that. Or you can just take your fingertips and touch the top of the chair. I'm going to show it with one hand somewhere right in between. Okay. And now we can bring our hands back down by our side or to the chair. Beautiful. We're going to take a step back. Both feet come back, come into our downward facing dog. It is a downward facing dog that's adjusted to be in conjunction with the seat. You can start to kind of walk your dog out. The first place that you can place your hands is on the top of the chair. If your chair is built like that for you to rest your head on, that's great. You can also take your hands and place them on the second rung of the chair if you have that kind of chair, and it's more advanced this way. It's getting you closer and closer to the ground, so to speak. And you can do the same exact movements either way, okay? You're just going to get, one's going to be a little bit more intense than the other. And then when you find a place that you feel like, okay, I stretched out enough, just come to a pause and just breathe through it. Soften the knees. Adjust the feet as you need to. And inhale and exhale. Just really get the most out of this downward dog. It's the first one of the class. We're going to take our hands and bring them to the top of the chair. Extend our bodies out a little bit more. Okay. Now, I have a wall behind me. So what I'm going to have to do is come like this, but you'll see, I'll make sure I describe it. Bring your back as far as possible. Back like this so that you're in a tabletop position. Soften the knees, back is straight. Press the hips out away from the spine so you get that nice straight body. All right. Like we were saying about the balance, right? Soften the knees, feel the balls of the feet. Take your right leg and then just lift it up. Go as far as you can. All right. Try to square the hips with the ground. You can only go a little bit. That's fine. If you just want to take your toes and extend and bring your toes to the mat, but extend that leg out. It looks something like this. Okay, you can do that. But if you can get it up, get it. You can get the foot up. You want to go ahead and get the foot up. Then bring the foot back down to the ground. All right. We're going to come back into downward dog. All right. Back into that downward dog position. Our back is no longer completely tabletop. We're more in that relaxed position. And then we're going to get ready to do the other side. When you're ready, take that step back with the left foot. Hands extend out, right? You're still on the chair. Soften the knees. Place those hips away from the body. And then we're going to lift up on that left leg. Okay. Either we're bringing our toe to the ground or we're lifting up completely. Now you're balancing on your feet because you could feel the balls of your feet. Your sole of the foot is completely flat on the floor. And then we're going to bring the other leg down, exhaling slowly. All right, both feet meet back. And then we slowly take that walk forward, coming back into that downward facing dog position. Good job. We're going to slowly come forward and come back up into that standing pose behind our chair, belly, chest, and then head. And then lift up and reach up into that mountain pose. If you like to take your toes, press them into the ground and lift up on the heels again, you can for a deeper stretch. Otherwise, just keep your soles of your feet flat on the ground and lift up as high as possible, lifting away again from the hips through the rib cage into the arms. And then bring that hand down and shake it out. Good job. Good job. All right. See how much time we have. Okay, we're doing great with time actually. Okay, because I want to do some more balancing stuff. But first, let's come into some warriors and then we'll take back off into some more balancing. So we're going to keep our left foot forward and then bring our right foot back. Okay, so right foot comes back. Left knee is forward. We're going to take that knee on the left side and we're just going to soften the knee so that it is stacked on top of the ankle. Okay, you can keep your left hand on top of the chair. Your right hand is behind you. We're just kind of getting our body positioned. We're not in any pose yet. Your range can be anywhere. So if you have like this really wide stance, you can take a wide stance. What you do want to do is make sure that your right foot is at a 45-degree angle and that you're pressing into the outer rim of the foot. Your foot should not be up in any way. The full sole of the foot should be on the ground. So you should be feeling that press. When you press into the outer rim of the foot, it almost helps you to lift up through the body. All right. Try to square your hips in front of you. All right. And the way we do that is we bump that left hip back. Right? We bump that left hip back and bring that right hip forward. Beautiful. All right. Let me make sure I'm on my mat just to give you guys good practice. All right. We're going to take our right hand, lift it up. Good job. Warrior one. Adjust your warrior until you feel comfortable. Take the gaze up if it's in your practice. And then open up into warrior two, taking the right hand behind you. So the right hand, fingertips are like going towards the wall. Maybe you can sit a little bit lower into your lunge position. If you want to keep your left hand on the chair, you can. You don't have to take it off in any way. If you want to be in a more advanced position and in like just in the regular warrior one pose and you feel comfortable, you can take your hands and both hands will be extended. Okay. So it's your choice, but take your gaze, look over your shoulder on the left side. And then you're going to bring your left arm down. So your elbow bends, shoulder comes towards your hand, towards the chair, and then come back. You can keep its fingertips on the chair if you like. Take the right hand, bring it down to the thigh, and it's just going to lay there. Sit a little bit lower in that lunge if you can. Keep the knee stacked on top of the ankle. All right. It's easy for it to kind of wander around. So you just have to keep fixing the body and breathe as you look up to the ceiling. Reverse warrior. Now, if you want to do it a more in advanced position, you just take your hand and lift it up overhead. And this is the reverse warrior. That's the more advanced. You're using the modified, your fingertips, the tippity tip of your fingertips is on the chair. All right, come back into warrior two, lifting up on that right arm, pivot around like you're cartwheeling your body. And we're going to take our hands, bring them onto the top of the chair. All right. Our foot now is going to pivot forward. All right. So both toes are now facing the front of the chair. And when you're ready, you can start to lift up those toes. Lift up the heel on the right, lift up the right heel, keep the toes on the ground. You can stay just like this, or you can come in for the balancing pose. Warrior three. Holding on to the chair though. And breathe. Remember, you have all these other options. You can place your toes on the ground, or you can come completely up. All right, we're going to come back gently, bringing our foot back down to the mat, and then bring the right foot to meet the left. Again, mountain pose. Then we're going to come into downward facing dog. All right. Remember, you know where your downward dog is at this moment. You can go into the more advanced position if you like. I'm going to continue to stay in this modified position. Breathe in and breathe out. It's like your break. Try to relax your body. And everything that you just did on the one side, you're going to end up doing on the other. So really give yourself some little compassion here, little breath movement. Slowly come back up, belly, chest, and then head. All right. And now we're going to come on to the other side. And we're going to take our left hand. We're going to lift it up because now we're coming on our left side. We want our left hand to be our guide. All right, we're in mountain pose on the left side. Take your heels, lift them up. Feel the balls of your toes hold you up. Notice how strong that is. That's important. Lower back down. Beautiful. All right, bring the hand to the chair once again. When you're ready, take the left foot, wiggle the left toes, bring the left foot back and come into that lunge position so that your left foot, you're now pressing into the outer rim of your left foot, which is at a 45-degree angle. Your right knee is stacked on top of your right ankle. Awesome. And breathe. Warrior one. All right, you're going to bump the left hip forward, take that right hip back. When you're ready, take the left hand back behind you, come into warrior two on the left side. Fingertips, right fingertips are still on the chair. You can sit a little lower in that lunge, or you can come into the advanced movement. Okay, I'm going to stay right here on the chair. Now you're breathing through this warrior, you're pressing into the outer rim still. You're adjusting your knee, making sure it's on top of the ankle, right? You want to make sure you still keep good form. Press up through the belly into the heart. And think about the strength and the confidence that comes from a pose like this. And then you're going to bring your shoulder down. Right shoulder comes towards the chair. Your elbow is bent. And then reverse back, taking the left hand down to the thigh. The right fingertips are just gently touching the top of the chair. Reverse warrior. The advanced position is hand in the air. Right hand comes up overhead and your gaze is looking at it. The modified position is fingertips stay on the chair. You're still looking up though. Your left hand is still on the thigh. Come back into warrior two. Pivot around like you're cartwheeling. And then you're going to take that back foot and you're going to have it face towards the front of the wall in front of you. So you're squaring your body once again. The foot is no longer at a 45-degree angle. It's straight and it's parallel with the rest of your body. All right. When you're ready, you're going to bump up on the toes. So the toes hold us up, the heel bumps up. And then if you like,
Lost the sound.
Testing. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, so we're gonna come into tree pose. You can still hear me, right? We're gonna come into tree pose. We're gonna lean our weight over towards the right foot. All right, we're gonna take our left foot and we're gonna bring it up, placing our heel on right above the ankle, okay? Toe is on the ground. This is our first stage in our tree. As you're doing this, soften the knee, but then bump up through the hip body, squeeze the core, lifting up. Beautiful. If you want to take it to a more advanced position, you can take your foot and place it on the inner leg so that your heel is placed right above, like right where the calf and the shin kind of meet on the inside. You're not on any joints, so your foot should be right in the middle of that foot, of that leg. The other place is more advanced. You can place your foot on the inside of the thigh, okay? And the goal is to eventually move your hands around, okay? Any place that you are, you're just challenging yourself. And it might be a little wobbly sometimes, and that's okay, but you have all these different stages that you can choose. What I want you to do right now is choose one, and then play around with your hands, breathing in and breathing out, and then find a place that you find peace, that you can kind of just hold it. Sort of like this topsy-turvy moment, and then you find peace as you relax. All right, bring the hand down, bring the foot back down, shake out the right foot. All right, good job. We're gonna come over to the other side. All right, I'm standing. You can stand behind your chair if you like to, but I'm gonna stand so you can see me. All right, that weight's gonna fall over into the right foot this time, but this time the left foot is gonna be the one to do the work. So toe comes down to the ground, heel comes up right above the ankle. Breathe. You want to come into the next stage, you can place your foot on the next stage. Or you can come all the way up to the most advanced. Then play around with your arms, right? It's okay to feel a little wobbly. You don't want to fall or anything, but you want to be in a place where you feel as though you've challenged yourself. And then after that wobble and all that moving, then you can finally find peace. Keeping your feet, using your feet for the balls on the bottom of the feet for balance. Squeezing the core, lifting up through the rib cage, through the chest, keeping the knees soft. Good job. All right, take the left foot. Take the right foot, bring it down on the ground. Make sure the left foot is still strong on the floor. So you're using it for stability and balance. All right, let's do one last mountain pose. So you can take the left or the right hand, or you can take both and take the gaze up. And bring the hands down by the side and come to sitting in your chair. Good job. All right, come to sitting in your chair, breathe in and breathe out. Let's go through a final flow of the class and then come into Savasana. All right, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Now you should really be pushing your feet into the ground. Really feel those balls on your feet. You see how it leads you up. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Squeeze the core. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms is up. And then exhale, hands come down from heart center or by the side. And then take your hands and find a home for them. Roll the shoulders back away from the ears. Keep sitting up strong in the belly and the core. Your legs are back to hips width apart. Your feet are pressed on the floor, strong and secure. Close the eyes if you like, and breathe. As you come into Savasana, congratulate yourself on a job well done. You did not have to come to class today, but you did.
Thank you for the positive class, Rochelle. Donna speaking. Have a good weekend.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Continue to breathe in and to breathe out. You can stay in Savasana as long as you like. Let's take about another few moments to just be here. If you'd like to continue in Savasana, you can leave the class now. Otherwise, we will begin to come back to reset for the rest of our day. You can wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingertips, gently take a few breaths in with the intention to open your eyes. Breathe. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rochelle. Thank you very much. It was really